Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by, I'm not going to butcher this name, so I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to go with Zaw, alright? Sorry about that. The custom lesson request is, Hi Poofer, I'd like to request a custom lesson for sword and dual sword focusing on zero key combos. I was using split staff and sword before, and I could deplete the enemy's key using split staff and then switch to sword to keep the pressure going, but now I'm using sword dual swords and having trouble depleting enemy's key for pressure combos. The weapons will be sword and dual swords, guardian spirits it's up to me, soul cores must include dweller and Ippon, and then the rest is up to me. So let's show you what I am using first and foremost. I'm using Demon Horde Dual Katana for the Anima bonus on grapple, and the Life Drain active skill Corrupted Weapons. Same thing on my katana, and that's pretty much it. So when it comes to the soul cores, this time I try to be a bit more creative. So when it came to choosing them, I wasn't so big on key damage because we already do have Ippon-Datara, as you can see down here. But I wanted to use things that can really help push the sense of pressure a lot. So I went with Kamaitachi. If you actually didn't know, this does more key damage than Ippon. Surprise, I know. But it is a very powerful core to use in conjunction with your weapons, simply because there's so much happening as you can attack with your weapons courtesy of this core. When it comes to the stats, the most important one is Yokai ability Key Pulse. These anima bonuses, in all honesty, given who I fight, which I'm going to be fighting humans and doing a lot of zero key type play against them, anima bonuses are going to lose a lot of their value because most of the time human enemies just block, and it really, really sucks. So these won't matter as much as you think, but when it comes to the other stats, if you want to boost them, there's no harm. I was just lucky and got this one, which is great for corrupted weapons. Now the soul core that arguably amongst these three probably has the most impact for zero key combos is going to be Thunderstorm Oni-bi, which you do not need to rank up whatsoever. Yokai ability Key Pulse is helpful. So I'm using corrupted weapons, and then I can quickly apply lightning, and then I can just keep enemies confused as I wail on them at zero key, and they're basically helpless. Against human enemies, Ippon-Datara is really not that valuable. It's 7 anima, and you can flatten them, but the key damage that you can inflict with this is only going to be valuable if it actually connects and flattens them anyway. If they block it, Ippon's going to feel really bad. So this soul core, while I do have pretty good rolls, all things considered, you can just get away with whatever Ippon-Datara you have. You don't even have to rank it up if you don't want to. I find that Ippon is very good against Yokai, and this stuff is still really good against Yokai, but I was really thinking of anti-human based stuff, and Ippon doesn't really fall into that category, in my opinion. Kamaitachi is far more valuable, in my opinion, again. So that's what I'm using with Ame-no-Mitori, run faster, key recovery faster, and I just wanted to mess with things a little differently compared to before where I load up on crazy cores. So I wanted to try something with less attunement, but feel free to change this up as you see fit. Now for the secondary spirit, I went with Atlas Bear, which also has a very low attunement, but can be very handy in regards to, hey, I'm running low on key, and I want to get some life back on grapple, great, and just damage boost. These stats are all things considered pretty good, and the Guardian Spirit skill with the Bear Slam is also really nice. You'll see when I get to Yokai Shift. Now when it comes to soul cores, I again was pushing the zero key combo stuff that deals with humans that block a lot, and Oboroguruma is fantastic for that. I didn't bother boosting up these stats. I got maybe a little lucky with this roll, but all things considered, for 4 anima, this soul core is superb, especially when humans block. Even if they don't block, guess what? They get inflicted with the corruption. It's overall a good time. So other things I wanted to push forth was Confusion and Lightning Gods of Yomi is going to be very helpful. We have access to lightning and we have access to corruption basically at all times, and this works really well as a gap closer, and it's just really handy. Pretty much anybody you ask about the soul core, they're going to say they love it, and why not? It's so fun. When it comes to stats, feel free to boost them as you see fit. I didn't bother. Last but not least, Dweller was requested, and Dweller is really, really damn good, especially against humans, who I will be fighting again. And being able to lock an enemy in place, and even if they block, you do a lot of key damage when they block, yeah, Dweller's awesome. And on top of that, it's 3 anima, and it has a great anima bonus on grapple, which is great. But you don't need to boost this all together, and that's one thing I really want to emphasize, is that none of these cores whatsoever, none of them, do you need to rank up to 30. You can if you want, but it is not a requirement. The color and the Yokai ability Key Pulse are literally the most important things. That's enough about the information. I want to show you Yokai Shift in just a moment. Alright, Yokai Shift time. Let's get right to it. That's not Yokai Shift. This is Yokai Shift. There we go. Wrong buttons. So Yokai Shift is going to be remarkably powerful, especially in feral form. So let's just get some charges up, and I'll show you what's going on, and then you can kind of get an idea how to work with it. Alright, so you can open up like this, charge in, do a bunch of attacks, and you can do that. I think I'll probably restart how I started up. I think I'm going to start this up a little differently. So I'll show you more combos. Alright, so here we go. Charge in, Ippon if they have key, if they don't, great. But other fun things that you can do involve attacking a bunch, and then using an Oni-bi soul core at the very end of the attack strings. And then you can usually charge in, and it can be pretty impactful. Let me show it one more time against Yoki, just to give you an idea. So just do the bunch of normal attacks. It's really fast. I didn't have time to pull it off, but as you can see, it's very fast. Ippon missed, why? But yeah, it's a very devastating combination of attacks that you can do. So I tend to like Oni-bis on ferals and then phantoms, and now you know why. Lots and lots of attacks. Alright, let's do it one more time, and then we'll switch over to Brute. Brute's pretty fun too. Alright, what do we got? Pretty devastating. Alright, let's switch over to Brute and show you what's possible. Brute's kind of fun too, pretty interesting, a little wonky I have to admit. So let's go. Oh boy, that's devastating. Oh, come on. That works too. You know, I forgot that Brute has access to fire, technically speaking, because of the charge ability, assuming you get the DLC upgrade. DLC 3 upgrade. But even without that, still pretty awesome. Ooh. Ooh. Devastating, yeah. So, charging up, going in with Yomi to follow up can be extra devastating. Just a wave of fire, a wave of lightning. I want to show that one more time. Yeah, let's just pretend. Very nice. Attacking alongside Dweller always feels great. And then the card is something that you can just use every now and again. Not too shabby. Ooh. Awesome. Yeah, very powerful set of combinations, and so this can feel absolutely awesome. But enough about that, let's get on to the weapon-based combos, in which the bulk of this is going to be about. Weapon-based stuff is certainly the name of the game, and there is a lot we can play around with. So without much further ado, let's get right to it. Comboing with these soul cores is going to be not as bad as you might think. My brain right now... What was that? Because you have all sorts of many options for zero-key combos, and it can be devastating when you can link them all together. Just a sample, using Dweller and Cart, basically, and Oni-bi. Low-cost cores, and it worked really well. Honestly, I wouldn't really even depend upon Ippon too much. I mean, it's nice, but as you saw just there, it missed. And I don't actually recall if I use it all too much in the gameplay showcase, simply because there's a huge risk of it missing, and there's just going to be many moments where it's like, well, I could spend the same amount of anima doing Kamaitachi or Yomi, so why wouldn't I use those instead, you know? But there's a lot of beautiful stuff that you can do. I'm just trying to give you more and more ideas whenever I can. And it can feel really, really spiffy. So things will be a little different against Yokai in general. Ippon will feel a lot better there, because you're basically never at risk of being blocked. and then it feels awesome. Alright. And yes, I'm doing the whole Virgil DMC thing, because why wouldn't I? Pretty neat, huh? Let's see what else I can come up with real quick. Alright, let's see if I can do a Raijin thing. Thank you, Raijin, for being a whole bag of nothing. Try this again. Okay. Obviously, severing spin, because why not? It feels so good to do. I feel like I need to lean on other things right now. Alright, what else can I do? Okay, idea. Get them back up, and then do cart. Against human bosses, the moment that you stab them on the ground after a backwave tempest, you don't need to do the brute counter like I'm doing here. They'll just get up, and so then you can just do cart right away. What else? Look at all these combos just with sword. Nope. And dead. Awesome, right? Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Alright, let's do some more things. Alright, what you got? What we got next? Sweet! Okay, don't do severing spin. You can back off, though. Pretty neat, huh? All sorts of repositioning tools can be used in this situation because we have the great gap closer that is Yomi. Alright, fine. Now I'm doing severing spin. Oh yeah, just one quick word. With Kamaitachi, wait a little bit longer to use an input, because otherwise you'll just get 2 Kamaitachis as opposed to 3. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, see how I only got 2 and I was trying to block a little sooner? Yeah, you want to make sure to get 3, so wait just a little while longer, and then you'll get 3. And as soon as you see the 3rd one, then go ahead and attack. You know what? You're gonna get severing spin. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you use Kamaitachi. It's a little weird, but very handy. Alright, let's see. What else can I come up with? As you can tell, I like sword a lot. I guess Ippon kind of worked there. No, dude, I need other things. There we go, something a little better. Oh wait, Mortal Flow missed. How could you? Alright, good enough. Good enough. Lots and lots of things. Moral of the story is you can combo lots of things with Severing Spin. That's the best zero-key combo anyone can think of. Dweller and Severing Spin, alright? Right? Right? Just agree with me. Smile and nod. That's it. Alright, in any case, let's get on to the gameplay showcase where I fight 2 of the most annoying bosses in the entire game. I will see you guys momentarily. Alright, time to put this to the test in the Scroll of the Damned. It involves Saito Toshimitsu and Ashiya Doman, 2 very frustrating enemies, so let's just show you overall how quickly I can deal with these. So Saito, nobody likes, not even his daughter, that's why he's dead. Yeah. In any case, the biggest thing to do against someone like this if you want to do zero-key combos is to apply confusion. So I gotta get used to using certain soul cores, and here's that awesome severing spin stuff that I do like all the time because it's fun. Dweller helps out a lot, but really things come into play as soon as I involve the use of the lightning element of lightning. That's redundant, I'm sorry.
So once I apply lightning to him, he's going to be confused. He's going to take a bunch of extra damage, and you're going to watch him just fold like a cheap suit. And now these combos really start coming into play. He's at very low ki, which means I can continue to keep the pressure up, which is so valuable. Awesome. And Kamaitachi does great work there for 7 anima. I don't actually know if I use Ippon at all whatsoever here. I just don't find it that valuable against humans, straight up. Especially with the other options at my disposal, like Kamaitachi, which is great. And then, is he about to die? He's getting very close. So how am I going to end this? Severing Spin, because why not? So that's boss 1. Boss 2 is super annoying. It's a purple Ashiya Doman. And yeah, he sucks. So strategy with him is just stay upon him. He's gonna block pretty much all the time, but we can take great advantage of this. And again, Ippon won't really be handy here. What you'll want to use is a combination of confusion-based zero-key combos and other soul cores that basically don't care if the target's blocking or not. So Dweller's really good, and I just didn't use it well there, but it's honestly not a big deal. This fight is really awkward because he can be very passive to fight. He might do a burst counter or do some other counterattack, and it just doesn't really feel good to fight. But what else is going to be perfect in terms of being able to understand how to pressure an opponent as opposed to fighting somebody who just spams block nonstop? So you can see once confusion really starts to come into play that he's basically going to fold yet again like Saito, like a cheap suit. So yeah, sucks for him. Alright, in any case, I've done really well in keeping his ki very low, and it's just going to stay low. He's not going to be able to regenerate it. You can see even when he does, the regeneration speed is very low. And Yomi doing some good work as a gap closer. Damage wasn't necessarily the best, but that's alright. I just need to learn how to keep the pressure up. And I'm, as you can see, very easily able to do so. Full Kurama Sword Dance. Last hit whiffed because this dude just blocks everything and then dodges everything and then does some special counterattack, and it can be very frustrating. Abilities like Azuna Drop can be very handy in keeping his ki low on top of that. And look at that, Cart doing some good work. And now I'm going to Yokai Shift because I'm tired of this guy. He sucks. So unfortunately for me, I didn't realize my Lightning Stop Talisman was gone, so I do get inflicted with Electrify. But yeah, no big deal. Even if Yokai Shift evaporates and I'm slowed down, it's still not going to matter because even with the lack of speed, this guy's not going to have any ki. So yeah, it's pretty painful, admittedly, to be slowed down. I'm sure everybody can relate. But in this fight, as you can see, it's not really messing me up. So he's nearly dead, and that's great because I'm just basically done dealing with this prick. Alright, and he's dead. He doesn't even get a cool kill. In any case, I hope this was informative. Thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, I hope this was helpful, and hopefully, I will see you guys next time.